every time, and it was the several, I believe it was state attorneys general who wrote to J.P. Morgan saying, your organization had been debanked by J.P. Morgan because there was denial after denial after denial by that bank. But finally, there is clarity. And
coming up on Clover Cards, we fly to Sin City, Las Vegas to take on the Front Row Card Show. We came cash ready with one major goal in mind, and that is to buy. Singles, sealed, slabs, you name it, we want it. We got 26 minutes of non-stop deals for you at the booth, including some insane sealed collection buyouts of surprise vendor candy. So we're going to kick off the video an hour before the show even starts because the deals have already started.
Just spent over $3,000 on a sealed collection. I'll be right back and you'll see what I got. There we go. Jeez. It's pretty good stuff. Spent $3,000. Wow. Look at these collection boxes. This is like the original XY. Look at the promos it comes with and the playmat. Jesus Louises. I'm actually lit. This is before there was celebrations, it was generations. I even got the Generations UPC Ultra Fusion Collection with 10 packs and the Mew and Mewtwo promo. Oh my. Even got the Ultra BCX collection. Look at the playmat it comes with. Alright. Second deal of the day, we got this EX10. We don't know what EX packs. There's 2 EX packs.
And there's promos.
So they're gonna see us rip it soon anyways. We get you paid off.
Oh, we're just gonna rip it right now?
Don't tell me if it gets on.
Oh, rip it right now, bro.
EX Hidden Legends. Fire Res Free. Thank you. That was pleasure. It'll be a good day. 908. $10. This is sick. This is from the GameCube Pokemon channel, and it has like the unpunched like e-reader cards inside too. What's up, guys? Amazing. How are you? Here, I have something for you. You can rip it. You can do anything you want.
Oh, I appreciate you.
No, we have lemon. Check this. I just bought a GameCube game. I don't even have a GameCube, but.
Can you send your GameCube?
Sure.
Okay.
See, these cards get punched in it. You can like punch that out. That's the e-reader cards. Cool. 9:49. VIP starts in 10 minutes. It's like there's a line going all the way down outside. Man, it just keeps on going. Okay, I do 170.
60.
I'll do cash 160. If you can find cash, I'll do 160.
I can't remember cash. I think 167.
170. It's like, it's a good deal. Last comp's 200.
I'll do 170.
And you get the traded card with it too, so. For cash or trade?
Cash.
$180.
My hand is extended.
Appreciate you.
Sorry.
Pokemon?
Yeah, she's more fun. Unless you get one else.
I mean, what are you interested in? Definitely the Latios. This stack here gets me to 710. I do straight for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Deal? Appreciate you. You guys can face with it.
Oh, awesome.
So, got the Latios going out in exchange for the Rayquaza, Gengar, and some evolutions. Appreciate the deal, brother. Enjoy that. Use the card. Probably do like 1,050 trade or 1,895. Like anything under 500.
Can we screenshot that and I come back to that?
That count how many cursors?
Yeah. A little bit more. I know some of the values of those cars are a little higher.
A little bit higher.
I mean, I know some of the values around 2,500.
I do 21 cash.
course with that. Thank you.
What are you trying to do? Smaller stuff or one for one or like? Just video too. I like the shiny Gyarados. I could take small stuff and add up to that, or I could just do something like.
I would rather take small stuff and add up to it, but like.
Alright, so PSA 10 Vaporeon, Splitter, First Edition going out. Check out that holo though. In exchange, we got Dark Tyranitar, Rocket Scyther, Birthday Pika, Sabrina's Alakazam, and the Rich Friend going straight to the binder. Appreciate you, brother. Easy peasy. Yeah, of course. Quick deal and then we eat lunch. Let's cash them out.
600?
600.
This is lunch. Wow, hot dogs, chicken tenders.
See, if it ends up being a lot more and we can work towards something else, I'll probably trade it towards something else as well. But I need 16 cards. And if that's from being able to get any of this going, the whole thing without those, sitting close to 2,900 per market, but wanted to do a deal, some percentage off of that. It kind of just comes down to what you really want to do on percent.
That factoring in condition and everything?
Yeah, I already did the conditions of pretty much everything. Most of these light clay, there was the Alga, which was like MP,
Yeah.
so he would have been a lot more, but he's not. He's not great. I've got some playable stuff, but these are like $1 to $5, depending on which ones. Bendies that aren't in the greatest condition, and then the rest of it's pretty much just all over.
We're gonna make something of
Pricing. Yeah, whatever those ends up coming out to be. And obviously, since people don't want to buy the gold stars at the price they are, they like the world cards. But those are only like 30 to 50 to 70, depending on which one.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah. So this one, you were at 29.
Yeah,
we're 21. And I think this too. I'd want to do 3K for the whole net. Yeah, this came out to like 1,000 in the market. And this one is here, I don't mind paying from here. You know what I mean? Yeah, me some, I give you some. So I do 3K cash right now. 3K, same as Twilight cards. Yeah, don't plug it in. There we go. It's about 2 there, and I have 2 there. You get to pick.
No.
You want me to pick? Alright, cool.
My ass has been extremely unlucky for all of them. And you get the binder.
Oh wow, we're gonna keep the binder.
You just throw all of that on there. My lovely wife drew this, the wonderful talent that she is. So this is backup item.
Appreciate you guys.
I appreciate it a lot, really. And yep, those are all
Like 9.7.
alright. Stay on them. I got
Okay, side deal. Side deal. Okay. 725. Appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you around.
Twilight. You guys can have this as Have a good one.
Thanks, man.
So, check this. Gengar, Gold, Latios.
Yeah.
Got the trainers on deck. Oh, let's go on there. Nice. Oh, sick. Very sick. Oh, this Yo, this is sick. Very sick. Wow. Oh, let's go. Wow. Oh, Evo. Oh, what the hell? Oh, yeah.
Okay. 110 I counted last time here. Yeah, I'm gonna recount now. Yeah, my last offer to was 22.
21 cash.
Yeah, my last offer to was 22. 2,200. I appreciate that. 111 slabs we just bought. I'm not going to say anything else. That's it. Just 111 slabs.
I'm still
How much is it? Yes. Okay, 11. Appreciate it. 1100 Charizard autograph. Burrito. Nice card. See, one more. One more? We made that. No. I got rid of half of that. 23 and 15, 15. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, so LC Blister, Jungle Packs, Plasma Freeze, coming in, going out for Moonlight Pursuit. Just went them. Okay, Cloud TCG. I tried to say is right there. Right here. Right there. Right. So first deal's done. Second deal? Yeah. Just straight up. No. Straight up and what else? No, I will keep that. Okay, what do I put? What do you mean? I told you my number. Okay. Trade. So Poncho's going out. And this is coming in. It's 35. What is the more time? First, let me remind you that we have 3 things. Don't forget the session standing Alright, so for last video giveaway, we did a Silver Tempest ETV. Congratulations to our boy 15 who won the giveaway. Just email at info@clovercards.com and we'll coordinate how to get this shipped over to you. Congratulations on the win. This week, we're doing another giveaway. We're doing Stellar Crown. It's Stellar Crown season, baby. If you want to win a Stellar Crown ETV, all you have to do is drop a comment, Zooey Mama down below. I repeat, Zooey Mama down below for a chance to win a Stellar Crown ETV on the house. Speaking of Zooey Mama, this deal is under Zooey Your Mama. We are running a sale on clovercards.com. Stellar Crown booster boxes, $15 off with the code Zooey Mama. Zooey Mama. Alright. So what's funny is I just got rid of another poncho, so I love the fact that this is coming back. So, talk to you. Like, here's the thing. What? I'm 42, what? 42? Why so high? I mean, you're not seeing seal anymore, dude. I know, but everybody has all I had them sealed, they've all got 10s sitting there. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep that one sealed. Then I'll be the only one that hasn't sealed. And now I'm like, no, maybe we'll give you something for it. Because the 10s are 2.5. Yeah. So I know the 10s are like, you hit 10s, you're like, yeah, 2.5. What's the second part behind it? There's 2, they're both monsters. There's the Magikarp and the Gyarados. Oh, both in there. They're both in there. That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, they're both in there. How much? So it's like 40, 50. You learn something new every day. So, yeah. So it's Magikarp and Gyarados full arts. Both in there. What can I tell you? Fourth? Oh, I thought you were going to shake my hand. I'm going to shake my hand. Sad to see it go. Yeah. But 41, man. 41. I'll send you 4K as well. I'll give you 50 cash. Easy goods. Appreciate it, guys. Sealed. Sealed. It's sealed and it's not for sale, but it's going to sit right here. There we go. Yeah. So we're back. We want to make the deal? Yep. 650? Yep. All right. All good.
Here we go. We're saying goodbye to the 1 through 10. This is a very epic set. There we go, man.
Beautiful.
650. Pouring out. Cool.
Welcome to the Tonight Show. Thank you for being here. Oh, before we get started, we'll say how much we love our neighbors in Canada. That was close. Thank you, Doug Ford. Yeah, did you guys hear about this? In response to President Trump's tariffs, Canada threatened to shut off electricity for multiple U.S. states, including New York. Trump may not care now, but he will if his tanning bed only goes up to lightning crisp. Can you imagine New York City without electricity? I mean, if you ride the subway, you can. But for everyone else, can you imagine? Meanwhile, Trump's ongoing trade war has led to another wild day on Wall Street as the stock market once again dropped hundreds of points. Right now, the economy is so bad, Elon Musk is thinking about laying off Donald Trump.
Score! Let's see what's inside.
People are saying Trump doesn't know anything about the economy, and they might have a point. I mean, he thinks bear markets are where RFK Jr. buys his lunch meat. I'm not kidding. Trump thinks duopoly is the artist who sings Dance the Night Away and Levitate. Yeah, Trump thinks that endowment is what the dad in the White Lotus showed under his robe last night. Guys, after the markets really dropped yesterday, Trump spent the night glued to Truth Social as he posted it online over 100 times in 6 hours. Yeah, smart. Nothing calms people down like manic posting on social media. 100 posts in 6 hours. Don Jr. was like, I'll snort what he snorted. Well, in case you're Gen Z and you're still not getting what's happening with the market, I've got something that will help break it down. TikTok videos. That's right. It's time for a TikTok Stop Talk. TikTok Stop Talk. Yeah. Now, the stock market was doing well, then Trump kicked off a trade war with Canada, Mexico, and China. Okay, stocks that were flying high suddenly dropped, kind of like... Here,
take a sip of mine. It's infused with mint
Now,
oil, so
Trump...
it's extra refreshing.
Now, Trump was confident that he could flip on his trade partners without causing any damage, but he was quickly proven wrong, kind of like... He got him in rock here when Trump didn't rule out a recession. At this point, people are wondering whether Trump has any idea what he's even talking about. Kind of like,
Who painted the Mona Lisa? Da Vinci?
Da Vinci? Trump thought that tariffs would be a switch for the economy, but he was way off. Kind of like... The tariffs made stocks start sliding and nobody knows when they'll get back up. Kind of like... Anyway, hopefully by now we've hit bottom and everyone's okay. Kind of like... Hey, Billy. Makes sense, guys. Hey, Robin. Hey, Billy. Hey, Billy. Well, get this, Tesla stock is plummeting, so Trump said that he's going to support Elon and buy a new Tesla. It's true. And he didn't stop there. Trump also went and narrated Tesla's newest commercial. Yeah, watch it.
Are you ready to drive the future of automobiles? Are you ready for incredible performance, a powerful engine, and sleek design? Then get ready for Tesla's... Oh, God, what is that? Is that what it looks like? What the hell is that thing? It looks like a Matchbox car you buy off Temu. It looks like a panini press hooked up with a Roomba. It looks like Eric tried to draw Optimus Prime from memory. Well, at least the door handles are easy to find. Oh, come on. Tesla, if I look like that, I'd burst into flames, too.
I don't know. Why? I don't know if that's going to help. Oh, listen to this. The Trump administration just unveiled a new app, this is true, that lets people deport themselves. I'm sure that'll be a huge hit, yeah. Apparently the app has many more features, and they even released an explainer video for it. Take a look at it.
Trump Deport Yourself app. The Trump Deport Yourself app. The Trump Deport Yourself app. If you'd like to deport yourself, Trump's new app is right here to help. And that's not all this app can do. Do other unwanted things to you. Let's say you have too much wealth. Use Trump's app to audit yourself. Love the apartment where you dwell? Use Trump's app to evict yourself. Any bad things that you can do to your job, to your home, to your health, Just open the app, give it a tap. When you hear that snap, then you've done it to yourself. Cancel yourself, fire yourself, investigate, and then retire yourself. Roast or ghost or devote yourself. Want to get sued? Suit yourself.
Wait, you mean any terrible thing I would never in a million years even consider doing to myself, I can now do with just one easy app?
You got it. Trump Deport Yourself app. Trump Deport Yourself app. The Trump Deport Yourself app is not responsible for any actions taken against yourself by yourself. All transactions final, no takebacks unless Trump changes his mind. The Trump Deport Yourself app. Because if you don't do it, who will?
Oh, it's amazing. Very helpful. Very easy to use. Finally, guys, it is Tuesday. It is time for We Post. Here we go. Welcome to We Post. This is where we as a group decide something that we should post on socials. I'm going to show you 5 different posts. We're all going to vote on whether you like each one or not. You all have voting clickers at your seats. You see those? All right, there's green if you like, red if you don't like it. You can vote for all of them, by the way. And you can vote for none of them if you don't want to play. It's up to you. I just want you to have fun. Higgins, Roots, you guys have your clickers? I'm going to post whichever one gets the most likes from all of us because it's not a me post, it's a we post. You guys ready? All right, here we go. The first post could be, if someone butt dials me, you better believe I'm listening to that entire voicemail for some juicy goss. 28 minutes long. Wow. I wonder if he said something about me. My mistake. Didn't know. All right. Cast your vote. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Results are in. Let's see the results. Hey, not bad. That's it. Thank you very much. The hot goss. 143. Yeah. All right. This next one is, I won't spoil today's Wordle, but I will say it is tough. I'm not gonna spoil today's Wordle, but I'm just gonna say that it is tough. I think this one's rough.
Sting and shaggy.
Yeah, sting and shaggy, everybody. Now, what do you think here? Do you think it is so?
So let's bring in retired 4-star General Jack Keane, former Vice Chief of Staff of the Army, and now Chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and Fox News Senior Strategic Analyst. General, great to have you with us this afternoon. Your thoughts on these big developments today, sir?
Well, certainly it is that. It's a very good first step in what's going to be a very complicated process. But certainly, President Zelensky certainly changed his position. He wanted to have security guarantees prior to a ceasefire. I scratch my head to this day why he was litigating and arguing those points in front of an international American press with the president. It should have been done prior to the meeting when the opportunity was there without the press present. But this step now certainly puts the ball in Putin's court. And I know there's been some skepticism on the Trump team in terms of whether Putin is really serious. He told the president, he's willing to negotiate, and the president took him at his word, certainly, and he sent his negotiating team in there, and this is the 3rd meeting now. And the 2nd meeting, we've got 2 meetings with Russia and 1 meeting with Ukraine. And I think what will happen here is we're going to see some of Putin's true colors. Is he going to go to a ceasefire or not? And Zelensky is right. Every ceasefire he's been involved in, the ISW, the Institute for Study War, track that he's broken. But is he going to start the process? And that'll be a telltale sign in terms of what's happening here. And we just don't know if he's really serious. We do know this, Martha. He's got a lot of hardline proposals on the table that certainly aren't acceptable to Ukraine. No peacekeepers on the ground, demilitarize the Ukraine.
Yeah. Let me just jump in for 1 second, General, because President Trump's talking about Ukraine right now, and then we're going to go right back to it.
And hopefully we'll be able to wipe out a deal. But I think the ceasefire is very important. If we can get Russia to do it, that'll be great. If we can't, we just keep going on, and people are going to get killed. Lots of people. Let's get invited back to the White House. Sure.
But do you and your current policy right now, are there any responsibilities for more senior people?
Biden gave us a horrible economy. He gave us horrible inflation. And I think the market was going to go very, very bad. if anything, I have a lot of very smart people, friends of mine, and great business.
All right, he's moved on to the economy, but you heard what he said there, General, about Russia. He also said that he would welcome Zelensky back to the White House now that this deal appears to be coming together on our side.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen if Zelensky will sign the minimum deal for sure. What the president didn't say in the press conference, or what he had said before, if Putin doesn't want to negotiate, he's not going to go to a ceasefire, then what is President Trump going to do? I mean, he's likely going to slap some pretty tough sanctions on him, possibly oil and gas, which really haven't been done by the United States and the Europeans, about pricing, but also go after the central banks. And the other thing I think will be on the table, Martha, is upgunning Ukraine. In other words, giving them actually more capability than what they have right now and removing any remnants of Biden's restrictive policy on the use of long-range weapons. Trump will absolutely, in my judgment, attempt to motivate Putin to go to the negotiating table by the use of some of those options and maybe some others. His staff is certainly capable of coming up with a list of things to push Putin in the right direction. I think that'll be tried before President Trump walks away and says, Putin's not negotiating, the war's still going to go on.
Yeah, President Trump has said that he has some very powerful levels in terms of the finance and banking access, in terms of Russia's assets, and that could be a possibility here. I want to put up some maps. Russia currently occupies 20% of Ukraine. So one of the big questions is, and at one point, before the blow-up that Friday afternoon in the Oval Office, President Trump said that he thought, well, maybe we could get some of the land back for Ukraine. What we're showing here on the screen is 20% of the United States. Look at all those states. Obviously, big difference in size between Ukraine and the U.S., but 20% of Russia, 20% of Ukraine taken by Russia. Do you think there's still a possibility that they could retain some of the land that has been occupied?
Yeah, I absolutely do. The discussion with President Trump over the last weeks on that 37 years, absolutely entertaining that thought process. And for those who think Russia is almighty here and the Ukrainians really don't have a chance against it, just think of a couple of points. That map you're looking at is an ISW map, and that hasn't changed in 18 months. There's been some tactical marginal gains that the Russians have made, but losing 30,000 troops a month doing it, and 100 to 150 tanks a month over the last year. Also, Ukraine is sitting on Russian territory. They're occupying it. That has not happened, Martha, since World War II. They have been on that territory for 7 months, and the Russians cannot get them out of there. They have tried and tried and tried. So Russia has a handful of problems, and certainly they have huge information campaign, false narrative about there, how mighty they are and how they're going to overwhelm Ukraine. And that is just not happening. And if the United States is going to support them, it's not going to happen. So there's a lot of incentive for Putin to come to the negotiating table.
Yeah, even back during the Cold War, afterwards it turned out they didn't have some of the power that they claimed to have during that. General Jack Keane, thank you so much.
These foolish Americans.
On the set of the most popular live-action show in Nickelodeon history, Igor and Jeanette McCurdy appeared to be great friends, and they were. However, Jeanette was suffering, and nobody knew about it. Jeanette was forced into acting by an abusive mother who did things you would not wish on your worst enemy, but she couldn't escape because on set she was being manipulated by a powerful Nickelodeon showrunner.
Stop laughing at the director. Show some respect, Jeanette. Respect. No smiling. All right. Take $100 off her check.
Miranda, on the other hand, was raised in a loving home with parents who worked hard to keep her emotionally secure. Without realizing it, Miranda became a part of a story far more tragic than she could have imagined, and the choices she made would change Jeanette's life forever. This is the dark side of iCarly, how one young girl thrived while the other barely survived. Jeanette's life started out as nothing short of hell on earth. Born in Southern California to a poor Mormon family, Jeanette grew up witnessing her mom, Deborah McCurdy, battle stage 4 breast cancer. After learning about her diagnosis, Deborah became a hoarder, attaching meaning and significance to even the tiniest objects. Their home quickly became suffocated by overwhelming piles of random stuff. It got so bad that Jeanette and her brothers could no longer sleep in their own bedrooms and had to resort to gymnastic mats laid on the floor in the living room. It really did not feel like a home. It felt like a place of chaos and of turmoil and turbulence. Jeanette's mother always dreamed of being an actor, so she projected her own unattainable aspirations onto her daughter. And despite her daughter being a shy and uncomfortable performer, she was clearly a promising young talent, making guest appearances on Mad TV, CSI, Malcolm in the Middle, and Law & Order. Deborah's need for control went beyond strict parenting and managing her daughter's acting career. It was an all-consuming obsession that dictated every facet of Jeanette's existence. She would shower Jeanette for her until she was 11, oftentimes putting Jeanette and her 16-year-old brother in the shower together. She shaved her legs for her and performed routine breast and vaginal exams on Jeanette to check her for cancer. Her mom even taught her how to restrict her calories in an attempt to delay puberty and appear younger to land more jobs, essentially encouraging Jeanette to become anorexic.
I asked if there was a way that I could stop the boobies from coming in, and she told me, well, there's a thing called calorie restriction. Wow. And it became our sort of secret and our code, and something that, as disturbing as it is, really bonded us. Right. It was our thing. Yep. No one else got this thing. We got this thing. I can look at you from across the room and know you got me and I got you. Yep. And we were just in the disease, in the sickness. But there was a connection that the sickness created that I, of course, couldn't see at the time.
Her favorite foods soon became sugar-free popsicles, applesauce, and unsweetened iced tea, and her dinners often consisted of iceberg lettuce with dressing spray and ripped-up pieces of low-calorie bologna. This also made for a confusing dynamic, as Jeanette's character on iCarly was obsessed with food, constantly indulging in binge eating, which to her almost felt like a mockery of her real life. But again, nobody knew what Jeanette's mother was doing to her. Not only was she a malnourished child, but she also dealt with the same stresses of adult actors on set.
That's a good question. I remember I would cry on several occasions when it just felt like it really got to be too much, and I'd tell my mom, I don't want to do this anymore. But she would either say, like, Matt, you don't mean that, or she'd say, well, we need this. So there were kind of two different arguments that she would hit me back with, and I'd feel guilty. Would keep doing it.
Which is why when she landed the role of Sam Puckett on iCarly at age 14, she thought it would be a breakthrough moment. Everything's going to be better. Mom will finally be happy. Her dream has come true. Unfortunately, iCarly was not going to be the saving grace that Jeanette had hoped for. But the one bright spot was the close friendship she formed with her co-star, Miranda Cosgrove. Unlike Jeanette, Miranda's parents never intended to force their child into the entertainment industry. An agent discovered Cosgrove at a Los Angeles food festival with her parents. Her mother, Chris, inspected the business card but remained hesitant to put her child in front of the camera. So they started off slow, first getting her appearances in Burger King commercials and then occasionally auditioning for theater and television roles. However, Miranda's life drastically changed after securing her film debut in the comedy School of Rock. The film stars Jack Black as Dewey Finn, a down-on-his-luck musician who poses as a substitute teacher at a prestigious prep school. He then discovers his students are musically talented and secretly turns them into a rock band to compete in the Battle of the Bands. Cosgrove plays the role of Summer Hathaway, the hilariously uptight and naive band manager.
What's the matter? You want me to be a groupie? Well, groupie's an important job. I research groupies on the internet. They're sluts. They sleep with a band.
School of Rock was unanimously loved by fans and critics, grossing over $131 million at the worldwide box office. Miranda performed the role of a bossy yet charmingly smug child so well that it made her the obvious choice for the role of Megan Parker in the legendary Nickelodeon teen sitcom Drake and Josh. But Miranda didn't even understand how massive this opportunity was. When I really understood I was acting, since I did it from the time I was so little, I never thought of it as a job, and I didn't realize that everybody didn't do it. Miranda was so innocent, not even knowing she was working, compared to Jeanette, who became painfully aware of her reality as her mother taught her how to starve herself to secure more acting roles to pay the bills. It's shocking to learn of Miranda's innocence, considering her character on Drake and Josh was borderline evil. Drake and Josh aired on Nickelodeon from 2004 to 2007 and follows two teenage boys who become stepbrothers after their parents get married. The two boys could not be more opposite. However, they would bond in fear of their cunning and mischievous little sister, Megan. Megan takes great pleasure in tormenting her older brothers.
What makes you think
Because you're a devious, twisted little girl.
Like, thank you, Drake.
While she appears sweet and innocent to adults, she is secretly always plotting elaborate schemes to outsmart Drake and Josh.
No way. I just hustled.
No, I just pretended to be bad so that you'd bet me, and then I stopped being bad and I took your money.
That's hustling.
There's a word for it.
Cool.
Miranda's devious charm helped solidify Drake and Josh as the most beloved and influential live-action sitcom on Nickelodeon at the time, drawing in millions of viewers per episode, peaking at 5.8 million viewers for its highest-rated special. Miranda's parents were wary of the impacts that fame could have on their daughter, so they did everything they could to maintain a normal lifestyle, such as choosing to still live in the house where Miranda was born, and her father continuing to work every day at his dry cleaning business. Her parents also tried to keep Miranda in public school.
In elementary school, I just remember thinking, wow, I'm popular. All of a sudden, I don't think I was thinking about it too much. And I remember like, the kid that I had a crush on who didn't know I existed all of a sudden talked to me. Like, it was, I think I just thought things were coming up roses.
However, by the time she reached 6th grade, her acting schedule clashed with her education, and Miranda needed to make a huge decision. It took a lot for my mom to give in. I remember her asking, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to stay in acting?" And also noticed that 10 and 11-year-old Miranda Cosgrove actually had a choice, something that most other child actors don't have. She ultimately chose to pursue acting and leave a normal life behind. Miranda immediately transitioned to private schooling on set with Drake and Josh.
I remember when I was doing schooling, at first you guys were with me, and then within 6 months, you both were no longer. I don't remember if it was because you graduated or if it was because I kept saying to my mom, "Where did Drake and Josh go?"
Kevin, the teacher, you remember Kevin?
Oh, Kevin Hall. I remember him.
Kevin Hall.
He used to make me raise my hand. I was the only one when you guys left in the classroom.
They made you raise your hand
Uh-huh.
and you're the only one in the classroom?
Yes, he said he was preparing me if I ever had to go back to regular school.
Most child actors in Miranda's position, like Jeanette, feel extremely isolated, missing out on normal childhood experiences while they spend long hours on set under the intense pressure to perform. Their social circles are typically limited to co-stars, adults, and industry professionals, which never gives them a break from essentially this made-up fantasy world they live in. But Miranda's parents made key decisions that set her on a much different path than Jeanette. The California Labor Code, Section 1308.5, requires that a parent or legal guardian be present at all times when a minor is working in the entertainment industry. Since Miranda's mom was always hovering around her on set, she kept her in check. In one instance, Miranda unintentionally ignored someone leaving her dressing room, and her mother made sure she acknowledged their presence and said goodbye. "Miranda," Chris said sharply, "someone said goodbye to you." Cosgrove stopped short and turned around. "Oh, I'm so sorry," she said earnestly. "Goodbye. It was nice to meet you." It may seem small, but enforcing normal social rules and instilling discipline into a child who could have easily turned into a diva is likely what helped Miranda become so normal.
I actually do cuss a little.
Do you?
Also,
What's your favorite curse word?
Drake and Josh ended when Miranda was just 14 years old. With plenty of years ahead of her and obvious star power as a child actor, Nickelodeon had no choice but to build a new show around Miranda. That show would bring together two young girls who were living drastically different lives behind the scenes. Dan Schneider, who was the head producer, writer, and creator at Nickelodeon, originally planned to create a show where Miranda plays a normal girl who gets cast to star in her favorite TV show called Starstruck. However, he would ultimately scrap the idea and begin the development for iCarly, a show about a group of teenagers running their own online web show, long before YouTubers and social media influencers became household names.
We're gonna make spaghetti tacos.
whose real name is Letitia McMahon.
iCarly was way ahead of its time because it predicted the rise of online entertainment and showed how young people could build an audience outside of traditional media platforms. iCarly also had a real website where they asked fans to submit content and participate in challenges. The show's humor, quirky characters, and fast-paced storytelling feels like you are watching a kids-oriented YouTube channel or a Twitch show, except with an unreasonable amount of foot jokes.
And this week we found the biggest weirdo yet. There he is, peeling the banana while he waits for the bus. Now, you think he's gonna eat the banana, right? Well, think again. Yep, there he goes, doing the peel. What a freak. And that's why the new champion of Who's That Weirdo in My Neighborhood is Crazy Bridget.
Miranda portrayed a character that was similar to her real-life personality, sweet, wholesome, and silly. Jeanette's character, Sam, almost hit a little too close to home. Sam Puckett was known for her tough, no-nonsense attitude, sarcastic humor, and rebellious spirit.
I got kicked out of the cafeteria for slapping Gibby with a piece of pizza.
Why did you slap Gibby with a piece of pizza?
I found it on the floor. I wasn't gonna eat it.
However, the writers included a darker side to Sam, making her one of the most complex characters on the show. She can definitely be seen as problematic and borderline toxic at times, frequently resorting to physical violence, which could make her seem like a straight-up bully.
I don't see that far. All I hear is a lot of prattle.
She can also be manipulative, pressuring Carly into decisions that could get her friend in trouble. But looking beneath that layer, you can also see Sam as a victim of self-destructive behavior, especially considering her on-screen relationship with her mom, which again, I should remind you that nobody knew her struggles with her real mother. Her iCarly mom, Pam, was irresponsible and often absent. Sam was constantly locked out of her house, finding her own food, and was clearly lacking guidance, which may have forced Sam to develop a tough exterior.
Mom? I know who I am. I love you. Mother. What, you think I don't love you? Never said it. Well, it's not easy to say I love you to a daughter who thinks I'm, scummy. You're scummy. All the time. Really? Yeah, really.
iCarly is considered by many to be the greatest Nickelodeon live-action show in history, and the numbers would agree. The series averaged over 6 million viewers at its peak, and the most watched episode, I Saved Your Life, aired to 11.2 million viewers, which is the second most viewed telecast in Nickelodeon history. You would think Miranda and Jeanette were on top of the world, but a decade later we would find out the horrors going on behind the scenes. In Jeanette's memoir that was released in 2022, she describes the grim experience working with the creator, which many have interpreted to be Dan Schneider. McCurdy wrote that the creator was mean-spirited, controlling, and terrifying, firing children over basic mistakes and making grown men and women cry with his insults and degradation. You can see a glimpse of this alleged behavior as Dan often walked around the set with his own personal camera, filming behind-the-scenes content to share on his personal blog, danborg.com.
Stop laughing at the director. Just respect to that. Respect. No smiling. Alright. Take $100 off your check.
Although it seems like he is just joking, knowing what Jeanette was feeling inside drastically changes the perspective of a clip like this. Jeanette also made major accusations that Schneider supplied minors with alcohol, quoting him as saying, "The Victorious kids get drunk together all the time. The iCarly kids are so wholesome. We need to give you guys a little edge." This allegation may have been corroborated by the actor who portrayed Beck on Victorious, who posted a TikTok that read, "When you don't remember the plotline to a single Victorious episode, but you remember going out partying every night." Jeanette even claimed that Dan would provide unsolicited shoulder massages or demand others to give him massages, to which Dan admitted to.
Let's talk about the massages. Okay? Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing. It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there are lots of people there who witnessed it. So
looking back on some of the behind-the-scenes content with new context,